John Nichols with SFI TV at the Surf and Song Festival. It's in downtown Fort Myers, going on for 2 days. It's to benefit children with autism. It's a great cause, and with me now is John Waite. John, how did you get involved?
Oh, we played last year, and they asked us back. It was a good time, and the people were really great to us, and I think anything you can do that's like, you know, a helping hand is a beautiful thing, but to get to play music at the same time is a double header, really, so we're just thrilled to be here.
Things that we do from our heart, then, and like you said, play music, which you love to do,
yeah,
and then do something that involves the heart. Me with what I do, I love what I do too. I think that's
we're very, very lucky to have music in our lives and to use it for any kind of purpose which is, you know, outside of the common sort of where you can help. I think everybody benefits from that. You know, I think music generally is just such a great energy and great power.
What age did you start playing and singing?
Well, it depends where you know, turning pro and just like yelping is two different things. But when I first heard Marty Robbins doing cowboy songs, Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs was a big album for me as a kid. When I was about 3 years old, I remember looking up into a shop window in Lancaster, England. It's Kenneth Gardner's appliance shop, and it was near where I went to school. And I'd look up at this Dayglow pink album cover with this figure on pulling a gun, and that was Marty Robbins' Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs, but Big Iron was on there and all. But all that sort of romantic American music. Brenda Lee was big with me when I was a kid, you know.
Marty Robbins, El Paso?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I love that song. So now you're going to go on stage in a few minutes, and what do we have to look forward to? You've got some new material. In fact, you had a song last year went to #1.
We had #1 song off the new album. The new album's called Rough and Tumble, and the actual track Rough and Tumble went to #1 on the radio. So we were thrilled with that because we overtook all these really huge names that are established, but it just went straight to #1. But we didn't expect it, and we toured America and we toured Europe, and we're still on the road. We've got to a second single now called If You Ever Get Lonely, and it's just a real joy to be out playing. I mean, sometimes when you've been on a plane for 8 hours, you know, you want to bite somebody. You know, sometimes you want to bite each other, you know. But when you finally get to the gig and somebody shouts 1, 2, 3, everything's all right, you know.
Now, I saw you probably in 1980-something. Do you ever remember the Channel on Necco Street in Boston?
I have to think about that. Was that a radio station or a gig?
That was a club that played. It was all the 80s bands. Bad English was the band you were with at the time.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, people say, do you remember that gig? And then I go there and I go like, of course, you know. But I must have played like, you know, an enormous amount of gigs. We were just talking before about Robert Plant, you know, because I don't know Robert, and we were talking about like, you know, life experience. And I thought, well, Led Zeppelin did like, you know, maybe 20 major tours. And then that was it. Robert went out a couple of times with his own band and stuff, and I've been on the road ever since like 1973 or something. I've been playing so many dates, and you lose track of the date till you walk in again and you go, oh, of course, you know, it's so-and-so.
I didn't actually expect you to remember the actual gig. I just thought you might have remembered the venue. Now,
I remember Boston, vaguely.
That's good. That's a start.
It's in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, right. A little bit north, east of there.
Paso, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now you have when you're up on stage playing and you're playing the songs that you wrote in 73, 75, 79, 80, is that ever tiresome for you?
No, because I try to write songs that would last. I don't ever dabble. I just don't. I take it totally seriously, and my roots are in country and soul music and blues, and it's like singing in that interval. It's like when Dylan sings, he always sings in that interval, and that comes from Celtic music, and it comes from Irish, Scottish music, and Appalachian music and blues, and obviously, but it's 1,000% proof. It's like something that's distilled out of all your life, and you step into it, and it takes you with it. But I every time I sing the songs, I get taken back to the place where I wrote them and the person who were written about. So I have these flashbacks in front of thousands of people. It's just me and one other person in front of 10,000 people.
What does the current lineup consist of?
We've got Tim Hogan on bass. He's from Philadelphia. We've got Sean Haig. He's now living in Chicago. And we got Rondo from, he has one name, Rondo. I think his wife calls him Rondo. But
He doesn't play for the Boston Celtics, does he?
not yet, but he might. If the drumming gives out on him, it'll probably be, in the Celtics, yeah.
And what's the best way our listeners, listeners want to say, well, hey, geez, I want to find out how to get that music. I want to research this. What do we do?
I mean, the new album and most of the catalogue is in the stores. If you want to go to any record store, you'll find the new album Rough and Tumble. If you go to Facebook, we're on there every day answering emails and saying hello. There's a huge network of people. There's John Waite, the singer. That's the official fan club, whatever you want to call it, like information page.
Do you answer them yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I try to.
So we could be Facebook friends?
Absolutely. I've got 5,000 friends. I keep trying to get more people in, but they keep cutting me off. And I don't answer everything, obviously, but I try to generally go on, and if something comes up that's really significant, I do get in there and answer.
I want to thank you so much for taking that. And I'm like you are. I'm very grateful for what I have today. I'm grateful for what I do. All my needs are met. I'm a truly blessed individual, and I'm so blessed that you've take the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thanks so much. I enjoyed it, John.
We're downtown Fort Myers, SFI TV at the Surf and Song Festival.